In our next section, we're going to talk about hot glue gun safety. Hot glue gun safety is one of the most important things we need to learn about with hot glue guns. With a hot glue gun, it's important to know that you can easily get hurt or burned when using a hot glue gun if you are not being careful and safe. Sometimes, even if you are being very safe and very careful, you can also get burnt or hurt by someone else who is not being safe or careful. The first thing we're going to talk about is when you come in the art room, you'll notice that there are going to be these power strips usually on the floor. The power strips have lots of cables and lots of cords attached to them. When you notice these on the floor, be careful. Lift your feet up high so that when you're walking around, you don't trip. It is very easy to trip over the cords in the room. When we come in the room, usually I will not have the hot glue guns plugged in right away. But on occasion, they might be plugged in or they might still be warm from the last use. So when you are coming in, never grab a hot glue gun unless you're asked to do so. Also, whenever you are coming in or starting to use a hot glue gun, you never ever want to grab the hot glue gun by this part, okay? This part here heats up very hot, and the hottest part is going to be the metal tip. Never touch that area of the hot glue gun. Whenever you need to use the hot glue gun, make sure you grab it by the handle. Also, whenever you're using a hot glue gun, we must always remember to keep it on this pad. You'll notice these pads, they feel like rubber. They're really great tools because the hot glue gun can rest on here without you having to worry about them burning anything. Never put anything on the pad next to the hot glue gun, especially the baskets, or accidentally leave a hot glue gun stick next to the hot glue gun because it will melt the hot glue gun stick. The other thing we have to remember to never do is put the hot glue gun in the basket. If it is in there, it could easily melt or destroy anything in the basket or around the basket. Another safety measure that we need to keep in mind is how and where we're using a hot glue gun. A hot glue gun is a great tool. It is a tool that we can use to melt this glue, and it cools very fast. When we're using the hot glue gun, we want to make sure that we always know where our hands are and to keep our hands safely away from the hot glue gun and anything that's dripping out of it. You also have to be aware of other people in the room. If someone else is in the room and you are using the hot glue gun, never swing the hot glue gun around, because if you are not paying attention, you can accidentally touch someone with the tip of the hot glue gun, or you can drip it on someone. Always be aware of where your hands are. One hand is over here. You should move it out of the way whenever you're using it. So safety, we have to remember, is going to be the first and most important thing whenever we're using a hot glue gun.